Hello friends, it's Becky from Sew and Stitches Quilt Shop. Today I'm going to talk about some applique to add some love to your Valentine's quilts. So if you're new to applique or you just want some new ways to add some embellishment to your quilts, I've got you covered. So grab your fabric scraps and your supplies and let's get started. For today's demo, I'll be using some freezer paper, fusible interfacing, light Steam-A-Seam 2, along with some of my favorite scissors and some fabric scraps. Applique is a fantastic way to add some personality to your quilts. Now there's many methods, but today I'm just going to focus on a few. So we're going to start off first of all by showing you the fusible interfacing applique technique, and that's a pretty simple way to get some turned edges without hand sewing. And then I'm going to show you how to do raw edge fusible applique using a double-sided fusible. And then we're going to do the turned edge applique using some freezer paper. And that one gives you that clean finished look, and it's great for those of you who love to hand sew. And then what I'll do is I'll show you a few different applique stitches that you can use to finish off your shapes perfectly. So let's dive in. This first method gives you a smooth turned edge, but it's a little bit easier than the freezer paper method in my opinion. So what you'll need is you'll need a lightweight single-sided fusible interfacing. And what you're going to do is you're going to place your fabric right side up, and you're going to place your fusible right side down. So that's the side that has the rough texture. That is your adhesive. So we want to go ahead and place that on there, and you'll want to put a couple pins to hold it in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew right around the line, and then I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch around to give me my seam allowance. Then I'll place a slit carefully so I don't cut through my fabric, and I will turn my shape right side out. And then I'll finger press the edges, make sure they're nice and smooth, and then I'll be ready to applique it to my fabric. So let's get sewing. Next, we are going to do raw edge fusible applique. Now this one's the quickest method and perfect for beginners. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a double-sided adhesive. In this demonstration, I used Steam-A-Seam Light 2. And what I did is I drew my heart on the gridded portion of the fusible web. And so next, I'm going to just peel that off. Okay, and take that parchment paper off, set that aside, and I'm going to place my heart to the wrong side of my fabric. And I'm just going to finger press that on really good. So I'm going to cut around those edges first, and then I'm going to peel the back off and place it onto my block and press it down for about 20 to 30 seconds to put it in place, and then I'll be ready to stitch around it. If you want a more polished look, try the turned edged applique method. So this gives your shape a little bit of a smoother, more finished edge. And like I said, it's great for those of you who love to hand stitch. So what you're going to do is you're going to trace your heart onto your freezer paper. And I did it on the dull side of the paper. And then you're going to cut it out. And then you're going to iron the shiny side to the wrong side of your fabric. And then you're going to cut out a 1/4 inch seam for the seam allowance. And then you're going to use some glue or a basting stitch to tuck the edges under. And I'm going to just use some glue on that. And then you can hand stitch or machine stitch it onto your quilt block. It takes a little bit more time, but the results are beautiful. And so let's go ahead and do that.
To secure your applique, let's talk about stitches. Here are just 3 great options. The first one is a satin stitch, and this one is a dense zigzag stitch, and it has a very bold look. You can change the length of your stitch, and you can also change the density, so you can really create your own masterpiece. The next one is a blanket stitch. And that looks hand stitched, so it's perfect for your folk style quilts, and it's pretty easy to do. And again, you can change the length of your stitch with your width. So make sure that you're testing these out before you add them to your finished project. And then of course you can use a straight stitch for that minimalist or modern look. So that one is perfect for your raw edge applique. So choose your favorite stitch and just let your creativity shine. That's it, friends. So, a few simple ways to add some embellishment or applique to your projects. So, which technique will you try first? Me personally, I really loved the interfacing where you turn that one wrong side out, the first heart I did. The one with freezer paper, that was tough for me, I'm not gonna lie. But it gives me a greater appreciation for those quilters and crafters who are extremely talented in those techniques. So props to you. So let me know which one's your favorite, which ones you're going to try. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please like and follow and share with your friends. And until next time, happy quilting, my friends.